Hi there, my name is Jenna, aka Jen's Pens, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Can you believe it? It's been a whole year since my last techo kaigi. Today, we're going to be going through my year in journals, planners, and a mix in between. How did I go? How did I do? For those who watched last year's techo kaigi, you may think, this is way less than what you showed us last year. And you're right, this is way less. This is actually roughly my lineup for 2025. So let's sit back, relax, grab your cuppa, and let's go over through the year that was in my techo kaigi / planner meetup. Boop. For starters, I'm gonna go through the planners that were successful and planners that were not, and then we'll move on from there to journals and so on and so forth. Let's get started. This is the Hobonichi Weeks. In 2024, I used the Hobonichi Weeks Tomitaro Makino botanical version throughout the year, and I housed it in this elysian paper cover, which is stunning and has held up really well. This Hobonichi Weeks was my lifeline this year, as it's been quite a busy one for me. I bought a place, I switched projects and teams, and I got in a car accident, and I went through a major loss. But this planner was a big, important bit in my life. I started off the months really well, and I tried to track down my holiday I was at and events that were going on, and I think I did well for like 4 to 5 months, and then I kind of fell off. Yeah, and there's a reason why. The weeks were that on the left column I had the events for the week, and also any important things like payday or sick leave, and also any like fitness things I do. So if I go bouldering or if I go to the gym, I'll note it down here. Then on the second column, I really like to use it for my tasks and things for the day. Third column, I try to do meal planning. Fourth column, I use the top as a tracker for my goals for the week or intentions for the week, my habits and tasks, and then in general inbox and things I'm currently listening to or consuming. However, if you know here, I started to lose interest in it. This is still me. I just didn't do so well with keeping up with my weeks, and there's a reason for it. I got into a big funk. I got into a car accident in May, and I just kind of lost motivation, and work got super busy at this time too, so I lost track of this. But towards the end of the year, let's say October, November, I started picking up again, and I kept things simple. I dropped the habit tracking, I dropped too much complicated stuff that I was trying to do all at once, and I still keep the same thing, as in on the left I'll have events and tasks for the day, and on the right I'll have my focus notes that I need to focus on, and also recently stuff that I've been reading. In the back I have used it in various ways, so I'm just pulling it aside so I can show you a couple of good pages. I have my 2024 goals. I have my quarterly reflection. So my quarterly reflection has what went well, what didn't go so well, and improvements I could make for the next quarter. And I have a couple of like lists. So I have my adulting log, car, and car updates. I have vet visits, and I also have general journaling notes and stuff too, therapy notes. And when I was buying my property and things, like I use this as well to track down what happened last, so I can remember. In the back, I tried to do like a restaurants and cafes in Sydney, but I just dropped that. I really want to do this again for next year. But yeah, this was my hobonichi weeks for 2024. In 2025, things might shake up because I might use my hobonichi weeks instead as a health tracker. And I am going to try to use this one section as a tracker for my content. So content planning and content editing, so I can see and track down when do I actually post. So you'll see I often post Mondays in Australia. When do I film? When do I edit? So I can try to experiment with that. And I try to jot down the ideas I have and notes and little things I need to do. In terms of the weeks, I am currently still using the same method I'm doing in 2024. So events on the left and activities and important stuff. Middle column is activities and things I need to do, and the right hand page is focus, general inbox, and media that I'm currently watching. But I really want to try and use this instead as a health and well-being journal. So and also to track down media and stuff that I consume too. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this just yet. I might experiment at the December end on this side just to see what I want to do. In the back, I have a couple ideas what I want to do. Use this for content planning, use this for journaling about mood and things maybe. But I really want to keep the weeks in my life. It's such old reliable, and maybe I'll keep it in case my plan B, which I'll show you soon, goes astray. I really love this plaid cover too. It's a fabric plaid cover and it's really adorable. But yeah, this is my weeks, and she's coming with me in 2025 as well. What didn't go so well was this. This is the Nolte 1180, and it is a really cute passport-sized planner with, at the top, the days and lots of ample room to write notes. I'm just gonna flick through my sample page that I did to myself to show you how I kind of used it, because I use this for work. Yeah, so I work in an agile environment at work, and I do things sprint by sprint. So I'll put down the sprint here. At the top, I'll put down any deadlines or any key meetings or events, and next week is like the key project which I'm focusing on at the time. On the left-hand column, I used the Alistair method with a little bouger to track down stuff that I was trying to do. So strike through was delegated, and I did a line through if I finished off that task. This was like any inbox notes and general things I need to know, and I did admin things I needed to do here, and my focus for a week. I fell off on this planner roughly around April, and that's because I switched teams, and I found myself using Notion more, and my team and my Microsoft Teams combo with myself to actually track down my task for the day, etc. I have this template, which I'll show a screenshot of right here, of how I currently structure my my sprint weeks and how I track down meetings at work. What I'll do is that I'll have the sprint goals at the top left, and the top right is like anything that randomly comes into my inbox, and then I have two little nested sections that show per week for sprints. So I'll track down when timesheets and stuff are due, do a daily bujo basically to do of what I need to do for the day, and that's been really working for me. I've been doing it for like 2 months now, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm sorry to my Nolte that I didn't do you justice. You were a beautiful planner and you're beautiful paper, but for some reason passport just doesn't stick with me, and that leads me to my passport, my TN passport, which I carried around as like kind of like a EDC and also just general note taking and general feeling kind of notebook. So it was like a dear diary almost. I also used the monthly insert for the passport to track down my stats and things for the first month or so in December. So that's what I'm trying to do in replica in my weeks. But I decided, because we were buying a property as well, that I need to slow down content, and that's probably why I haven't posted at all in the past couple months. But I'm really hoping to pick it up again next year. I'm sorry, passport, you didn't really work out for me. Next in the planner lineup is my plotter. This is the plotter Pueblo leather binder, and I've been using it since May, and I'm really finding myself enjoying it. Before, I used to have the zip up pockets and side to side. I felt like it bulked up the plotter a little bit, so I decided to remove it. Right now, what's in my plotter are 3 project manager inserts. One is for general journaling, so I'll journal about notes. So this is when I had a car crash and some things I needed to do. And here's my thoughts on my techo kaigi, and you'll see here that one of the highlights of this is the plotter. So in the plotter, I'm thinking of doing a trial run of using a whole plotter setup for 2025. Yes, controversial, because I've been such a hobonichi weeks girl for the past couple of months. For those who know me, years actually, for like the past 3 years. But my friend who went to Japan, coworker, she recently went, and I asked her to buy me a couple things, including the monthly schedule, the weekly schedule, a couple of refills for the 2mm grid, a plain one, and also a to-do list. So I'm really excited to try this out. And I also got her to pick me up one of these dividers, so schedule, work, personal, journal, to-do list, and my favorite. I'm thinking for schedule, I'll put in the weekly and monthly. Work, I'll put in wish lists and notes that I really want to do. Personal will be personal journal. Actually, work will be my general musings. No, it's still deciding. But once I do get a setup all ready, I will invite you back to my channel, and we'll do like a post-mortem of how has my plotter experiment turned out so far. So I'm really excited to get into this, because I really want to go simple next year and carry only one planner around, and I feel like the plotter does that perfectly for me. I can compartmentalize but also have everything here all at once, and I'm really excited to use it. In terms of what else I have in here, I have a dear diary section, so I like the project manager insert so I can keep all my private thoughts in here. And then I have a wedding to-do list, so I have like a general tracker of events and things that have been done, basically tracking down what I've done so far, what my fiance and I have done so far to plan for our wedding next year. And that's currently what's in the plotter. Yeah, I'm really keen to experiment a full setup next year, and I'll let you know how it goes with a little, probably mid-year techo kaigi or end-of-year techo kaigi. Yeah, that's the plotter. In terms of other staples for 2024, we can't forget the hobonichi 5-year techo with original Tomo River paper. I still love this so much, and how I'm currently using it is that I will write down the date, the day. This was a travel edition, so I'll usually write down the time that I write down things at, the weather, and the temperature for the day. And I'll write down about my ongoings of the day, and also how I feel, etc. Like, the magic is now that it's been my second year, and I'm really excited to carry it forward to 2025. Like, you'll see that I have a lot of blank right hand pages, so I'm thinking of getting some prompt stamps maybe, or putting like a prompt there next year to, in case I do need it, to so I can keep like filling up some of these pages every now and then. But yeah, I really do love this journal. It's really important to me, and I try not to go more than 2 days filling out. Like, I think I have I have yesterday and today to fill in, so I'll do that tonight. Other staples this year have been my travel journals and my memory keeper journal. So this is the Travelers Airlines, and I have used it for my Philippines travel journal trip, and I'm going to be using it again in 2025 for my Philippines trip again. I have a whole video going through this journal, so if you want to look through it, please click this button at the top right and to watch and have a flip through of how did my trip go. I really love the Traveler's Notebook for journaling. I think it's beautiful and easy, and the format is lovely to look at as a square at the end of the year. So keen to use this again next year. It's quite scratched up, but I really like the weathered look. This is the brown Traveler's Notebook, and I'm using this as my memory keeper. Right now on it, I have a Starbucks roastery little sakura charm and a Superior Labor clip at the top right, just to add some character. I've used this as my memory keeper, and I currently have the Starbucks Reserve Arabica coffee cover insert right now, and I'm using this as a memory keeper. So I'll go through each month with general events and things that go on each week, as this is quite a little thing for me to remember. I like to go through each month and just reflect on how did the month go, events, track down what happened in the day, etc. I think that this is a wonderful way for me to look back on the year that was. This is actually volume 3 now that I'm on. This is volume 2, and I have filled this up to the brim with inserts. So I might do a little flip through of this sometime of my highlighted days. So if you're interested, let me know. But yeah, I use these cards from Willow Studio as kind of like a cover page for the month, and I think it's really lovely to do so. But yeah. I also have one from 2023, and I think that I started this in 2023. No, I finished this up in December 2023. Yeah, this is a beautiful, wow, I like how chunky it is now. And this is the archive binder. But yeah, I'm using this as my memory keeper journal, which I absolutely adore, and I look forward to doing more of this in the next coming years. I have a couple of pages I still haven't finished up right now, so what I'll do is I'll usually have a couple nights a week where I'll print out a couple photos and then I'll journal. This is the most up to date I've ever been actually with this. But yeah, and then a couple days later I'll fill in it with text, a little entry for the day. But yeah, this is my memory keeper journal. Another one to add to the keep pile for 2025. Now, I have a couple of journals that I don't really use on a common day-to-day basis. These are my travelers covers that I have, and I have a couple travelers as well that I haven't repurposed their covers for, such as the Kyoto edition and the Tokyo edition. But here in this Traveler's Diners edition, I have 2 inserts. I have my ink swatches, so I am into fountain pens, and I have a couple of inks in here that I bought recently, the Troublemaker inks. Beautiful, beautiful inks. And I use the swatch cards in here too, just to see all the colors I have. And then the second insert in here are my Traveler's Partner stamps that I collect. And right now I only have 3. I'm missing one Australia one for Melbourne, so I'm keen to go to Melbourne sometime soon and travel the world. Journals Australia actually shut down. Journal Sydney actually shut down earlier this year, so I'm really glad that I managed to get this visitor's pass. I think it's one of the best stamps, and I sorely miss them already. Truly. Speaking of stamps, I am also using the Traveler's Train. This is actually the most pristine, I guess, one I have. And I'm currently using this for stamps as well. When there's like a stamp caravan, I'll stamp in it. Or when a friend goes to Japan, I've asked them to stamp a couple of things like stuff from Tokyo Station, etc. I'm hoping one day I can do this myself. But yeah, like I think this is a wonderful little insert. Then I also have Traveler's Hotel edition, and I'm using this to house a couple of hobby inserts. One being bouldering. I dropped off completely in this, but how I use this was I tracked down my climbs for the week and I reflect down on the climb and what I liked about it and where could I improve in terms of technique next. I might pick this up again in the next year, maybe, but I'm hoping to get back onto it because I still like to boulder. This is a commonplace / book journal, so I'm reading a couple of nonfiction books which I haven't proceeded with because I've been busy, and what I'll do is I'll write down in each chapter and do a little reflection on how stuff made me feel, how it relates to me, etc. And I'm keen to get back onto this as well. When I had the motivation to, I'll get back to her. And finally, we have the Happy Meal insert, which it speaks for itself. I have a couple of things that pop up, cards that people give me, or stuff that I get from orders, such as from Julie. She gave me this really cute note, and I like to just glue them in when I do get them, and also sample the stamps or things I purchased as well in there. But yeah, this is my Traveler's Hotel. I like to swap the contents between my covers sometimes, so I'll often swap the one from my memory keeper to here every now and then. And finally, in terms of journal covers I'm using right now, I have this project journal for my partner and I's engagement and wedding. I'm going to keep this one fairly censored for now because this is still a work in progress, and I will show you all how it looks like at the end. But I think this is going to be a really cute project, and yeah. I am also missing one small passport insert as well. It is my matcha log. So in my matcha log, I like to track down matchas I've brewed and different brands I've tried, and to test out the astringency, the taste, umaminess, and rank them as well. I'm really keen to get back into that when I do find it. I think I've left it somewhere else. But I also have, for reference, my sticker sheets as well, and yeah, these have gone through it. In the small one, I like to put in my cut up pet tapes that I do, like, so I fussy cut them while I'm having like a night watching something and I don't feel like journaling, so I'll just trim. And then in this one, I have some leftover sticker sheets that I have, and also some fussy cut washi pet tapes and washi tapes as well. I like to keep these loose, so when I'm mid-journal, I'm traveling, I have them in my Delphonics case. But yes, let's line up all of my journals and let's see what the carnage is like for my planner lineup, or what was. So this is roughly my planner and journal lineup for 2025. A little bit more sustainable because these are the only ones I'm actively working on, and these are journal project hobby sections I hardly use. So if I take these away, you'll see that this is a more sustainable year of journaling and planning so far. I really hope that this video has kind of inspired you and you've taken a couple notes of how you might use your systems for 2025 and beyond. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a video time or so when I've experimented a little bit more on my plotter or such. If you want to keep up to date with my ongoings, please follow me on IG at Jen's Pens, where I'm a little bit more active, and you'll see a couple of more detailed photos of spreads and, on occasion, a story of me rambling about journaling. Anyways, I hope that you have a lovely evening, day, morning, wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Jen. I really appreciate you taking your time, and I hope you had a cozy evening and time with me as I reflected through this journal. Kaigi. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.